In a small, forgotten town, there was a stretch of forest known as the Whispering Woods. The locals avoided it at all costs, warning anyone who'd listen, "If you hear your name in the woods, don't answer." Ellie didn't believe in ghost stories. She was new to the area, renting a creaky old farmhouse on the edge of those very woods. To her, the tales were just a ploy to scare kids. So when her dog, Max, ran into the trees one misty evening, she didn't hesitate to follow him. "Max," she called, her voice echoing through the towering pines. The forest was eerily silent, no birds, no wind, just the crunch of leaves under her boots. A faint rustling came from ahead. She hurried toward it, clutching her flashlight. "Max, come on, boy." Then she heard it. "Ellie." It was her name, soft and faint, carried on the still air. She froze. "Ellie?" The voice was closer now, familiar, like her late mother's, but that was impossible. "Who's there?" she demanded, her voice trembling. The woods didn't answer. Instead, the silence pressed down on her, heavy and suffocating. She turned back toward the house, her heart racing. "Ellie, don't go!" the voice whispered again, this time from behind her. She spun around, her flashlight beam cutting through the fog. There was nothing but trees. Her hands shook as she fumbled for her phone, but there was no signal. And then, through the mist, she saw Max. He was standing perfectly still, staring at her with unblinking eyes. Relief flooded her and she ran toward him. "Max, come here, boy." But Max didn't move. As she got closer, she realized something was wrong. His legs were too long, his neck bent at an unnatural angle, and his eyes were hollow. The thing that looked like Max grinned, its teeth sharp and too human. "Ellie," it whispered again, the voice twisting and echoing from its gaping mouth. Ellie stumbled back, but the thing lunged, its movements jerky like a puppet on strings. The last thing Ellie saw before the fog swallowed her was her own face emerging from the shadows, grinning the same awful, twisted grin.